What's up guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be in the first series of Cities Skylines PlayStation 4 edition. So let's go to make a new game and a new map at should we do it at Grand River? Yeah, Grand River. So let's rename the city as Busbys Kingdom. Left-hand traffic and next. We're gonna keep this all the same because we're not cheating here. No cheating allowed on this channel. No cheating. So as soon as we're loading, I'm gonna pause this time so we don't lose money, because if you lose money you don't have any money to build things. So we are going to do that, and then we're going to start making the grid layout or village layout for our city. So just pause it there and go over to one side of the map where the highway is, then get your road and go to a small road and just make a little road and then refund it, because then you open one-way roads, dirt roads, and you even open a roundabout. So we need a roundabout to begin with, so we're going to put the roundabout there and we're going to delete that road. Then what we're going to do is go over to our small one-way roads and we're going to go into the city. And we're gonna get another one-way road and go straight to it, so you can get out of the city. So as you come in, this is what you'll be greeted with. Now we want to delete this road and go across to medium roads. Get the first medium road and go straight across to the cost of 2,400. Then when you come up, you should see this. Well, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these ones. If you want to, you can get the dirt roads, but I'm going to be going for the normal roads, because even though the dirt roads are cheaper, the normal roads are, if you want to make a much nicer city. So this is how you get the maximum amount of grid space onto each one of these circles in that grid, in the 2,400 that I showed you. Go all the way up to the end and there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go over there, connect that one, and connect that one. After you've done that, we're going to put some roads straight down the middle. And then, if you want to, you can repeat it on the other side, but I do not recommend doing it early. I recommend just going over here, getting your medium road, and make a slightly smaller, but just go straight to this same 2,400, just like last time, because this is where our industry will be, down these roads. So, what you're going to do with the industry is do the exact same road layout as you did over there. Same layout completely. No different, no catch, all the same layout. Right to the very end. Then as we did over there, go straight. Right, I've noticed a slight difference. We have to delete that. There. So I just made a slight mistake. It's easy to make a mistake on the grid layout. So if you do, you just delete the road before it, and then you should be able to do it. Just like that one, we're going to go start like there and come across all three parts of the grid. Now, with that, what we're going to do is we're going to replace that with a large road, you just go out a little bit to 800, just because that's what will happen when we get out of here, and we'll make a main road coming all the way down here onto this part of land, where we can make a farming industry here, maybe a bit of oil plants here, and if we get over there we can maybe make a forestry industry. So what we're now going to do is come out of that and go to water. Then what we're going to do is go over near the residential area and go down here. Go up to the top of every road, just like how I do here. This is one of the most efficient ways to do it, because if your pipes break, like they actually do break, because your pipes can break, you are digging up roads, not people's houses, because if the pipes break and they're under someone's house, you have to kick them out, which they do not like. So just get them pretty much on the roads, like I am here. Doesn't have to be exactly on the road, but like ideally right next to the road is good. Okay, so that will be our water, but now we just need to check where the water pump is flowing. So we want the water pump over at this end of the city, and we would need the water sewage outlet over here. Now what you need to do is you need to connect this one to that corner and connect this one to this corner, just like that. So, and then what these guys need over here, but after we've done this, is going to need to be a wind turbine or some power lines, but we need to make sure we've actually provided it for the residential area first, because if the residential area do not have power, they will complain and they will not like us, so we've got to be careful. So we'll go there. Then what you want to do is, we've got enough for one wind turbine, but what I think we should do is just go for the classic and build out over to the corner of the map, down to the outlets, and over here I'm going to carry on the lines all the way down to the city limits, and then all the way down, right down to the water pumping station there. So we've got the water pumping station and everything set up, so what we need to do now is go to zoning, residential, and I'm going to fill that and that in. Now what you want to do with commercial is fill that in, but then I'm going to just fill the rest of this full residential. But then what you would ideally want to do is go to select D zone and D zone 4 back, so you could then put a bit more commercial buildings in there, because that wants to be your market street. What we also want to do is, with inspector, go to intersections, and all these ones with traffic lights, they hold your traffic up. So what we want to do is just press off and then not even give them stop signs, so they can just do what they need to do. No need to do it differently. So after you've completed that, you want to go back to zoning and go to industrial zoning, and this is where you want to keep it away from your residential. So I'm going to fill in that part up to there for now, because it'll be right next to the power source, unless you want to also fill in this part, because this will also be next to the power source because of the power lines there. But once the building's built, they will automatically connect with electricity. So these power lines eventually will not be needed unless if your city's down here, because there's a water pump there. But if it builds all the way down here, this whole thing will eventually get completely used. When it becomes like that, then we will not need power lines anymore. So power lines are only for like if you need them. Really, they're not really fair late on game because you've already built a big city. There's really not much to do with it. Then we just put a little dot of commercial there. So that's zoned there, that part, and then just zone this out as well because this is part of that road, and that would what we need you to do. So you turn off all that, and then you just go straight, unpause it, and go straight to 3, and then hope like your houses will start building now. Look, because there's a lot of demand, as you can see in the bottom right corner. There's a lot of demand for residential, and soon there'll be quite a bit for commercial and industrial, so what we placed down there would be good. But this was our first house here. This was our first house to build, so we're going to inspect that house and rename it. First house. Or just home. First home. There we are. And we're going to make it historical, because that is one of the most important, that'll be our most important building, because it's the first one. But as you can see, the commercial buildings are starting to grow because they want commercial. But not a lot will commercial will build to begin with, it'll only be a little bit. But as you can see, everyone's moving in. We've got 175 people here, and you can see the industrial starting to creep up. So what will happen now is you can see our first industry building. So let's go to historical building and put first industry. And I know where my first shop is. First warehouse. Should we put warehouse? First. Let's just leave it as first, because that's the first one. This was the first commercial building. So let's set that. Let's go rename. First shop, we'll call this. Oh. First shop, and let's mark that as historical. As you can see, we're losing money at the minute, but it's actually coming back to us because we're doing quite well with the industrial side of things now, and the side of stuff. So, and we're going to zone more industry out. People can still come and do their work, but have loads more of it than what we did have. Let's just see if this can grow at the minute, because we are at about minus £1,000, but as you can see, the money that we're losing is coming back. So as you can see, it's slowly coming back. The -5, look, it's now -496, now -478. So it's going down quite fast at the minute. Let's see what we need to get the milestone, the first milestone. So we need 360 people. That's when we'll unlock so that's when we'll have the landfill site, the elementary school, and the medical clinic. So when we get there, I would like to get the landfill site first and then the medical clinic, because if you leave the garbage one till last, they moan at you. If you leave the medical one till last, they also moan at you. But the education one doesn't really matter as much as the healthcare, so that would be better. I'm not going to extend any further this way because there's a little patches of oil there and there's farmland, and I don't want these houses on lots of farmland, so I'm going to look at that. That'll be like the first, but we don't need that. Anyway, so when we also city info, look, we've got 40 children, we've got 24 teenagers, we've got 27 young adults, we've got 241 adults, we've got 6 elderly people. So we have a population of 338 and we need 360 for the first one. So we are now officially making money. We need 4 people. We should hit any time now. We should hit our mark. There we are. Now we've got the money. We've got money as they give what they give us, and now we go straight to garbage, and we put our garbage site in there. They don't like it, but this is what we will use for our stuff. We will also get the medical clinic. There, because everyone can use that, everyone has access, and now we only need the education place, so we will start to lose it a little bit, because as you can see we're losing. But it will come back in a minute. It should come back. Okay, it isn't. So what we're going to have to do now is, I think, go to their taxes and put them up by 2. Only by 2, otherwise they will moan that they don't like what you're doing to them. I'm going to put the electricity down to 75. So with the water, because I don't think we need to use that much at the minute. I'll also put the garbage down to 75. And the healthcare. And education, we don't have at the minute, so I'm not going to put all the way down to 50%. Because we don't use it. So the roads I'll also put down to 75%. And that should be good for them. Yeah, the money's coming back in. Money is coming back in for us. So yeah, we're making money again. That's always a good sign. We also need to make more houses. Now, as I did say we shouldn't build on this farmland, but we've got plenty of that over here. So what I think we should do is actually build the road on. So I'm going to go to medium road and build on this road to £1,200. Okay, today we've done the first part of our city, the little crib, and we've reached our first milestone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again next time. Bye!